The Apex Moist Boys are nuts. Goddamn right they are. And speaking of nuts, I do want to go over this real quick. Not the whole thing. I've already gone through it. I've already watched it. I highly recommend you check out RTGame's video on this. This is just kind of what I've been talking about for the last week or so with all the YouTube policy changes. RTGame's the one that got absolutely fucking nuked by it. For no reason, really. His content, plays by the rules. He's not super explicit, but for some reason, he keeps getting slapped by YouTube. This video, as you can see, it's blurred. It's age restricted. And all it is just a montage of all of his videos from 2022, all of which were monetized videos. And I think, how many others were age restricted? There was quite a few. I don't know if they show up on this page, though. No, they don't. When something's age restricted here, it doesn't blur, I guess. Or does it? Let me see. How long ago was that? That was 13 days ago. Yeah, it doesn't blur on this page. But he had a lot. Between demonetization and age restriction, he had a lot.
My entire channel is being age restricted and demonetized because I contacted YouTube support for help with an issue, and now I have to consider leaving YouTube altogether.
Which is something I forgot to mention. It almost seems like it's dangerous if you request a review on monetization status. So, RTGame had a problem. He went to YouTube about the problem, and then they made the problem much, much, much worse. These are some cowboy, samurai, and bunny.
Happy New Year! I've been posting about this on my Twitter, where I firstly want to thank everyone for the kind words of support for my content.
It was only
you might have
Corey
seen my
in
story on
2022 that were age
Moistcr1tikal and
restricted.
Ludwig's channels, among many others, and I'd really, again, like to thank everyone who's helped signal boost my content problems. I've had to take a complete break from the internet the past while for the sake of my mental health, and this really isn't how I wanted to start the new year. So first, for those who don't know what's been happening, let me recap everything. Along with unfortunate new developments I've not had a chance to report yet. On the 28th of December, my Best of RTGame 2022 video was flagged and age restricted with no reason given. Now, YouTube has
Never
an
is a
appeal
reason
system,
given,
which lets you request a human review of your content. However, when I submitted mine, it was immediately rejected within 10 minutes. This video was a compilation of clips and other videos that were on my YouTube channel, sort of as just a
Just feel sorry for RT.
2022.
We all
this
do.
Was an issue that happened
but it's also something that's affecting a lot more channels than just RT. It's only getting worse. RT just happens to be the poster child for it right now because he got hit the hardest for some reason. I don't know what they have against him. I would think he would have the highest tier, the upper echelon of monetization. Before all this, I would have guessed his CPM was as high as it could go. He's as brand friendly as you can really get.
The year prior, my Best of RTGame 2021, for which the head of YouTube support personally apologized on behalf of the team. The manual review was incorrect, and the video should not have been flagged in the first place. And because of this, I was still hopeful that I could get my Best of 2022 video restored. It helped that this was a best of video, because all of the videos it was composed of had already released during 2022, and none of the original videos that composed it had been age restricted. It's important to state why this is a huge issue. If a video is age restricted on YouTube, you can only watch it if you submit a government ID to YouTube to verify your identity.
Is that true? I thought you still just had to have an account that said you were 18. That I'm not entirely positive on. That I didn't know. That's new. I guess it's only something overseas, but even then I'd never heard of that. Well, no, it's literally right here. If you're in Australia, EU, Switzerland, all this, you may be asked to verify your age. I'm assuming that's with an actual ID. All of it's right here. Follow the prompts to submit a valid ID. But I'd never even heard of that. Some bullshit. It is. That is a lot of bullshit.
Which, in a data-hungry and your privacy is meaningless internet age, a lot of people understandably don't want to do. Your video is also not suggested anywhere, and it's demonetized, and it now receives limited ads, which earns the creator significantly less revenue. It essentially kills your video's performance entirely. It makes it harder for everyone to find it, and you get paid less. My creator friends assured me I could remove this age restriction. I had a rep at YouTube escalate my issue, because clearly there had been some kind of mistake here.
And that's where it all went wrong.
That had been set last year when this exact thing happened. And this was the big mistake. I shouldn't have asked YouTube for help.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking wild? So I actually saw most of this happen in real time when he posted this. So obviously there's something very wrong here with the amount of demonetization here. Again, his content is pretty squeaky clean. So, you know, it's very odd that they keep targeting him. So he obviously thought this was all in error. Thus, he signal boosted it, you know, tried to make a hoopla, talk to his YouTube rep, like everything you're supposed to do. And for some reason, this made them very upset, and they fucked him.
Report of my issue, I triggered a mass flagging of my content. A second video was immediately age restricted, followed by 12 more videos being demonetized with limited ads. No reason was given for any of these, and the manual reviews
just like that,
for all of these videos were immediately rejected once again. Side note here, having a video demonetized isn't as bad as an age restriction, but it still hurts reach and performance of the video. It also means the creator earns less money too, because the video has been deemed not child-friendly enough. At this point, I was contacted by this specific YouTube rep who was able to fix
Is that true? I checked 2 of the Persona videos that got demonetized, and he does swear in the first 15 of both. Oh, that would be so unlucky if it's all by the 15-second rule that's now implemented. Doesn't excuse YouTube here, because that shouldn't apply retroactively to content that existed before the rule. You can't roll out a new rule and expect every video that's ever existed to know that rule was coming and play by it. It's like, oh my god, these videos from 2 years ago violate our rule. How could you have posted this knowing that 2 years down the line we were going to be making this rule? I saw some, I don't remember where I saw this. There was a comment that's like, man, if you have to play by that in the future, you have to prepare for everything. Like, imagine there's like some big war in the future, and now all of a sudden, like, other words are really sensitive. And the example they used was chocolate. Like, if you mention chocolate in a video, you get demonetized because it's insensitive to the chocolate wars of 2045 or something. It's stupid to have that retroactively apply to content. If they wanted to roll this out, they should have done it for content going forward, or if they needed it to apply to every piece of content, they should have given the creators the ability to just click a single button like, if this is in violation, remove the bad word in the first 15 seconds. Instead of having to go manually through the editor and do it, and it still doesn't fix it. It's just it's so simple. It's not simple, obviously. That's a big system to roll out, but for the health and safety of the platform, it would have been very much appreciated. I talked about it in the video. I don't remember if he said that the Persona ones had to swear in the first 15. I might have just forgot. I watched it earlier today, so I might be misremembering if he got to that section. But yeah, that's the point he's making, that having to play by those rules for content that didn't exist when those rules were made is stupid. It's brain dead. It's fucking brain dead. Tyloran. Yeah, I highly recommend checking out the full thing for a big breakdown on all of the injustice RTGame is experiencing for some reason. Those rules are only good for YouTube itself. It's not. It's not good for YouTube either. You think YouTube wants to host demonetized videos? Then they're just losing money. If they're hosting videos that don't run their ads, what the fuck is they getting out of it? They're just losing on server space. It's bad for them too, so I don't know why they're doing it. The advertisers weren't really forcing their hand, at least not publicly. They still run ads in them? No, they don't. Well, at least not on age-restricted videos, and at least not on most demonetized videos. If you click on a demonetized video without an ad blocker, you don't get any ads. At least I don't. Demonetized doesn't even mean limited ads, it means like literally no fucking ads. When I'm no ad blocker clicking on demonetized, I don't see shit. What's the point of YouTube Kids at this point? I don't know. Kids are like little view bots, though. Those fucking little creatures, they always have an iPad running with autoplay on everything, so they just farm millions and millions of views off of it. But yeah, if you're just going to make the main platform YouTube Kids, there's really no point even having that. Do they want people to stop making videos, or do they think this will increase revenue? There has to be some reason. I'm just not smart enough to see it. Maybe there was internal pressure from their advertising partners to clean up the site. I don't know. But it's kind of nonsensical to me because I haven't seen anything like that. And also, they lose money when they demonetize videos too. You're talking about Gonzalez versus Google, but I don't think that lawsuit had any effect on this policy change. Because, I mean, this policy change does nothing against that lawsuit. Nothing at all. We're just a few bad updates, changes from YouTube migrating somewhere else. No. It is truly a monopoly. There's no other place to go for content creation. Unless somehow Elon Musk makes Twitter work as a content factory. I don't know how he would, but he keeps touting that as one of his goals. So if he can make that work, Twitter would actually have a shot. I don't know how the fuck he'd do it, but I feel like that'd be like your only other major player. Rumble's streaming. I don't think anyone's using Rumble videos, so it's mainly for streaming. Daily motions for old Japanese game shows and nothing else. Is there any others that I'm missing? I think that's it. Oh, Vimeo's for art. They only allow art on Vimeo, actually. You couldn't post anything else there. That's not art. There's Resub, Zaza, Daddy, and Iconic. You missed Pornhub. Yeah, but Pornhub had its own massive problem where they had like actual rape victims' videos being posted on there without them ever acting. And they had like actual child porn on there without them ever taking action. So then they just got absolutely obliterated and then destroyed their entire catalog. They're never going to get into the video competing space. They'll stick with just the verified porn accounts. That's false. What are you talking about? How are you saying that's false? That was a massive court case. I talked about that actually quite a few times on the podcast. A ton of like victims came forward. They sued them, MindGeek specifically, about the child sex abuse material that they kept trying to get taken down. Many people came forward just trying to have that content taken down because they were the victims in it, and Pornhub never acted, so then they took it to court, and court fucking slapped them. That's why there's only verified porn left on there from checkmarked channels. I don't know why you're saying that's false. You can literally just look it up. People just immediately say shit to be combative, having no idea what they're talking about. That's crazy to me. That is just so crazy to me. That was just like an actual fact. That wasn't even spouting an opinion. That just like actually happened. What the fuck is Vanced? Never even heard of that one. Thanks to Resub Runny. Vance was a YouTube ad block. I don't remember that. It must be an older one.